Hey, so this is Metcat, and I just want to show my appreciation for the community, and I hope you enjoy.
This is Viewer Takeover. Meow.
This is PSVR Gamecast Live, where we film every Tuesday afternoon at midnight and bring it to YouTube live. Every Tuesday is PSVR Gamecast Live, and every Wednesday is Viewer Takeover, when we let you, the loyal Gamecats, and let you take over the show. As always, my name is Brian Paul, and to my right, your left, it's Des.
Hello, I'm still here.
You're still here.
I'm still standing, working on a copyright strike.
It's literally the Des and Brian show, week in, week out.
At this point, yeah. But not the Des Bryant show. That would be way past our budget.
That would be a totally different show altogether. As far as sports references, I'm surprised I know that.
Okay.
Every week on Viewer Takeover, we pass the baton over to you guys. We talk about the things that you want us to talk about. First and foremost, we have a few people to thank today.
Yes, we do.
And first and foremost, did I say first and foremost already?
You did.
Well, then second and tertiary, two and thirds. First, we want to thank Metcat.
Oh my gosh, that I know eye bleach isn't actually a thing, but yeah.
When we say keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sexy.
He did all three, actually.
Well, some of us have different definitions of sexy. But thank you so much, dude. We really appreciate
hilarious.
it. It's like very typical of Metcat.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. On brand.
On brand. Yeah. So thank you. And if you want to introduce next week's Viewer Takeover, oddly, we already have one for next week, and that's not the odd part. Okay. The odd part is it's strangely similar to this week's. Well, you'll see, be very surprised, and you'll know what I'm talking about next week.
I'm noticing a trend.
Let's hope it doesn't become a trend. If you want to introduce the week after's Viewer Takeover, make sure you submit your short, sweet, sexy Viewer Takeover to withoutparole@gmail.com. That's it. If it doesn't fit in our inbox, make it shorter.
Right.
Or lower the resolution. I don't care. But Metcat is not the only person we want to thank this week.
No, there are a whole bunch of people who have followed the rule. Oh gosh, you know what?
No, let's get these guys.
Yes.
Oh, there they are.
These are our Patreon supporters.
Yes.
This channel would not be happening without you folks here.
Well, it would be happening, like in a totally different sense.
It's
always happening.
That's true.
But it wouldn't be occurring.
No, it wouldn't. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much.
You can disrail.
No, that's fine.
Derail you.
Disraeli. Israeli Prime Minister. Anyways.
Game cows.
Yeah. So, thank you is what we're trying to say.
For your $1 or more every month over on patreon.com/withoutparole
games.
Yes, thank you. Oh, who needs Jeremy? Yeah, maybe. You get an episode of the Litter Box every week where it's just mostly Des and I these days just talking about something video game related.
Yes. Or channel related. Yeah, it depends. Then we give you MP3s of all of our shows. Not this one, but Gamescast Live and Why We Love PSVR. A lot of people have been asking for those things, and we give them to you for just $1 or more every month. Hooray.
And of course, before we get really started, before we dive into the Viewer Takeover questions, we want to thank some people who followed Beauty in the Decay's lead, aka Matt the Gamecat. Went into his YouTube or Google settings and changed his screen name to Matt the Gamecat. Gamecats, of course, are the loyal, fluffiest followers of this channel.
Yes.
So let's give a shout out to the people who changed their name this week, starting from the bottom of the list, please.
All right, we have Evan the Gamecat.
That's Evan with
Smiley
two
face.
N's.
Yes.
Evan with two N's. It's very important.
Evan.
We differentiate this Evan from the rest of the Evans.
All caps Slim, Gamecat. Yay. Darkwing Duck, El Gato Juego.
Ooh, I like El Gato Juego.
I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but I think I might have one.
Is that your favorite?
That's fantastic.
El Gato Juego?
Oh, you know what? I said it wrong. I said it very wrong. It's Darkwing Chuck, El Gato Juego.
What'd you say, duck?
I did say duck. I automatically went to the terror that flaps in the night. Then we have Villainous Geek, the Gamecat. Gaggle, the Game Scat. Gamecat. But he capitalized the S, so it's definitely Game Scat.
It's definitely Game Scat.
So
which we appreciate.
Yep. Hashtag Gamecat, the Gamecat.
Now, this is getting excessive because this is yet again Hotcakes, who changes his name almost weekly. I think this has to be the official last shout out we give Hotcakes because I know we'll probably keep doing it. This is how many? There's so many this week. Who else we got?
We have Herne Shadow, the Gamecat.
Herne Shadow.
Herne Shadow?
What do you think Herne is?
Herne,
I know, hernia. I hope
that's not the case.
She had the hernia.
And finally,
Nissan, the Gamecat lover.
Which is the most adorable. Nissan is the lover of the Gamecats, which I thought was my role, but well, whatever.
Sorry.
We'll take it.
It's Storgies for everyone.
If you change your name to Gamecat because you want a shout out on Viewer Takeover and you want to be part of the illustrious group of Gamecats, make sure you comment maybe below here and type #Gamecat so we can find you and give you a shout out next week.
I'm starting to get the same panic I get whenever like someone walks up to me for like a handshake or a high five, you know, and I'm just like, I don't know, are we gonna do like a funky high five, a funky handshake, or just a regular one? Every time I see your hand go up there, I'm like, oh, I should be doing something now.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
We keep it real simple.
But I'm so late.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. So let's dive into Viewer Takeover, where we basically we scan or we search the comments. We search comments generally for #Viewer Takeover, all one word. I noticed a lot of you guys putting spaces in between. I can't find your comment that way except
no
for
space
manually.
For space. Yeah.
Yeah. No pause in between. Come on, let's jam.
Boom, boom, boom. You say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between. Come on, let's jam.
That's my favorite level, actually. Oh yeah. Any question marks?
No question marks.
Oh, weird. Okay, well, we'll save that comment for next week. First up is A-Tribe from PSVR this week. He writes, sorry to be a buzzkill, but I just don't get the hype for Beat Saber. Even though I've been playing drums for 20 years and I love Star Wars. I don't know why I thought this said stairways.
I love stairways. This game is so... There's not a single stairway in this game.
They're so helpful. I don't see how swinging a lightsaber at boxes in sync with music could hold my interest for very long. Just saying.
Should we... I think the next one kind of ties in with that too.
Let's handle one at a time.
Okay.
I put them together, but yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I can totally see where it doesn't look like it, you know, for some gamers, may not look that exciting, but honestly, this is... For me... It looks like a fully polished, visually interesting rhythm game, which is not... I mean, we've had some rhythm games, things like that, and it's holding lightsabers, which it's not combat lightsabers, but still. And it looks like a very cool... I think this goes into, say, Wipeout and some of the other games we talked about. Like, these are the things we'd imagine we'd be doing in VR. And so that's my hype for it. It looks great. I like the dynamic version of it. And it's not quite drums, because if you play drums like that, I would love to see one of your concerts. But
sure,
I
think this brings up 2 points.
Yeah.
One, I wasn't excited. I went on record not being excited for Firewall. I was like, this isn't my kind of game.
Yeah.
Like I don't like team-based things. I don't like this, and I don't like that, and blah blah blah. Turns out I love Firewall.
Yeah.
Firewall is one of the few games that, like, when I have a couple hours free during the week, I still drop in the Firewall and play a few rounds and, meet as many people in the community as possible. And so in VR makes everything better. That's going to be on my fucking tombstone. VR makes everything better. So I would say, even if it doesn't appeal to you, check out the reviews and see what people are saying about it on top of, like, just what it looks like in trailers. The other thing is what goes back to Dez's very first Litterbox episode. Not everything's for you. We are saying, hey, this is going to be amazing. It looks like a lot of fun, and everybody who's played it says it's fantastic. But you know what? There's always going to be a game that's not for everybody. Or for every game, there's going to be an audience that doesn't appreciate it. Or not interested in it.
Yep.
And that's not a bad thing. That just means that we have a huge wealth of games, a very diverse set of games for PlayStation VR. You don't have to like them all.
Imagine how awful the world would be if every game was released to appeal to 99% of the audience.
Well, I think actually that is Beat Saber.
Yes, yeah.
We just found the 1%.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just games where, like, there is no real, like, vision or direction from the developers. They're just doing, gosh, I can't even remember the term I'm looking for. Basically, just polling people and saying, oh, everyone wants this, everyone wants this, everyone wants this, and then you get, Call of Duty 13.
Well, in Call of Duty comes out every year,
and
I couldn't care less.
Right.
So, like, a game like that, a big AAA game like Call of Duty that has someone like me, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like that just says, okay, well then this officially, not every game is for every person.
But here's the thing: you're not wrong for not wanting to play it, and we're not wrong for wanting to play it. It's a big world.
Next up, you're up, Asia.
We have Zetsu Tar. Zetsu
Tar. Wow, that is
Zetsu Tar. I like it. Holy crap, that Beat Saber footage looked intense. I hope that's not a typical song, as I'm sure I can't keep up with, as I'm not sure I can keep up with that many moves. @_@. Yeah,
I'm gonna say, this game looks hard. I'm super not coordinated. I play guitar.
Yep.
I got no rhythm. I can't imagine, or I can't follow someone else's rhythm. I got my own rhythm, but no, I'm very concerned. Like, I was not the world's best Guitar Hero player. I was not the best Rock Band player. I'm like, and to actually have to swing these things in VR, instead of just pushing a button at the right time, I'm in trouble.
See, I'm like, I do like rhythm. I played a few instruments, but besides that, I just love, like I said in the last comment, I love the visuals of it. I love the gameplay style, and I'm guessing you can probably be as physical and big with it as you want to. You can probably just do small hand motions or big sweeping hand motions. I think we're gonna be. I think we're gonna be in like Spark neighborhood with this. Where just like there's a lot of like, I don't know, but once you get it in your hands, it's a very different experience.
I just really hope they ease you into it, because as far as the difficulty is concerned, I need to play the easy ones for about a day, like nonstop for a day, and then the next day be like, okay, I think I'm ready to venture into medium territory.
Did you ever play Donkey Konga?
Yeah. So I got the drums up there.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the exact situations. Like, you play the first ones, it's like, okay, everyone else is playing Rock Band. How hard can this be? And then, like, half an hour in, you're like, oh god, and so.
It's insane. All right, I'm up, Asia. This is Rypop, who writes on the To The Top PSVR review discussion. That was a good one. People are loving that. He writes, #viewer takeover. Love the content you guys put out for starters.
Ooh. Okay, this is where Des has to stop talking with his hands.
We'll just edit that out.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it in. They need to know.
Have you ever thought of trying a Why We Love PSVR series on games that are a 3, kind of the best of the worst? You could put in The Martian, Dying Reborn, and the game of the year, Heavy Fire. I would say spend like 5 minutes on each one and then move on to the next. Also, what do you guys think if I change my name to Rycat the Game Pop? First of all, awesome name. Yeah. You should definitely change that.
Change your name to whatever you want.
Except change it to this, because you want it and so do we.
Right. So we have talked about Dying Reborn, and I'd prefer not to revisit that at any point soon. But yeah, I mean, that kind of, like, the format has been lately just, here's game X, we're going to talk about game X. But if you go back in our archives, I mean, that was kind of the format for the game, like Why We Love blank kind of game.
I get what he's saying, though. It's sort of like a buyer's guide, but more like a buyer's beware guide.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've talked about that a little bit. We've talked about making top 10 lists on the channel for like the top 10 worst games.
Yeah,
which would be the bottom 10 PSVR games of all time. I don't like the idea of it. Like, I like putting out a review that's very honest and says, hey, this game is not good for these reasons. But I don't like the idea of putting a show together that focuses on negative just for negative's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the idea. Like, this channel's always been about positivity. And even when we don't like a game, we do try to tell you the good elements about it.
Right.
While we're telling you not to buy it.
Yeah, negative. I mean, God, negativity can be fun. I mean, was it Angry Gamer? What's his name?
Oh, the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, Angry Video Game Nerd. Yeah. I mean, he's a blast to watch. Watching John Cleese get upset is one of the best things in entertainment.
These things are funny, though.
Yes.
And we're not a funny channel.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to be celebrating the genre, this format, this medium, whatever you want to call it, this console. And that's because I'm excited about the future of it. And yeah, we do want to be absolutely honest, and we come across something that is bad, we will let you know, because we think that you and the console and everybody deserve better than that. But I don't want to sit there celebrating the negative.
Yeah. So that's we're not saying that it'll never happen in the future. We're just saying that as of right now, we have so many things to cover that, like, to pull away from the things that are positive and important, to do something that's kind of against the grain for the channel. Not right now, but who knows? Maybe sometime in the future.
This is also one of the reasons I don't tend to live stream very much, because when I hit negativity in a game, I'm pretty vocal about it.
Yeah.
I'll very often, like, I'll be playing something with the social screen off, but my kid's still in the room. And, I'll drop a F-bomb or something like, this is Daddy. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yep. You're up, Asia.
You're up, Asia. So, Tooting Bowls. Bowls?
We go through this every time.
Tooting Bowls. From Trickster Let's Play. With Racket Fury and Dream Match Tennis giving us very competent representations of real-world sports.
Vote with your mullet.
What?
You got to read the comments under To The Top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Apparently we said vote with your mullet.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I did say that, actually.
I think it should be a thing now.
That should be a t-shirt. That is absolutely a t-shirt. Okay. giving us competent representations of real-world sports. Which Olympic sports, summer or winter, would you like to see enter the VR arena? Anyone for fencing, Des? Do you think it would be possible? Do you think it would? Do you think it possible? Oh, okay. You're missing a word there. Do you think it would be possible to have a high-quality rendition?
Okay, it could help your pupils increase their real world skills.
I think I know what you're trying to say.
You. I'm like, we're so low on time.
No, I know. So we've talked about this before. I think in the letterbox and other things, fencing specifically, you can do targeting and time controls and things like that, but it's really getting a feel for what your opponent is doing with their blade when you hit theirs with yours. That is super, super important, and I don't think haptics is quite there yet. Maybe I was wrong about the table tennis or
Rocket Fury?
Rocket Fury,
right?
Yeah.
I
keep on wanting to say Rocket Fury, and I know that's wrong, so I correct myself. I mean, just a little bit of the buzz it gives you is actually quite enough to get what you need. So, fencing, there could be timing and drills and things like that might work. As far as other Olympic sports, man, I don't know. Like, if you had told me like Spark was a thing, and I would say, no, you could never be able to play something like that in VR, well, I was wrong. Archery, I can see. Any of the riflery things, those would pretty much be layups. I don't know. There's been a history of both good and bad Olympic Games for all sorts of consoles.
Very true.
So I am absolutely open to it.
Yeah, I don't really have any kind of stake in this at all. I don't watch the Olympics ever. I have no interest whatsoever.
Greco-Roman wrestling would be difficult.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's the wrestling, actually Olympic style wrestling.
Oh.
Weightlifting we can get pretty easy, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Sports are not really my thing. In Olympic sports especially, I feel like I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, hockey though. I did see it wasn't for PSVR. It was for a training company in Boston that does sports training, and they had this really cool VR hockey setup to run people through passing drills and all that. And this was like NHL level people who were using this, and they were like super impressed by the accuracy of the physics. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally, is this me? Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dum.
Inspector Gadget. Gamecat. He writes on the Trickster Let's Play. Oh crap. Okay, this is, by the way, guys, this is why you keep your viewer takeover questions short and concise, because okay, here we go. Hashtag viewer takeover. Here's one for you. I noticed with the digital pre-release of PSVRs, I know about Astrobot and Tetris Effect. When you pre-order, you get digital extras such as soundtracks, themes, and avatars. If you purchase after release, those extras will not be available to you. Full stop. But even when you purchase the physical copy, I'm bitten by the same bug as you, by me, and try to get the physical copy every time. Nothing of those extras are included either. But if you have to pre-order, you will pay the highest price, and only then will you get the extras. But afterwards, after release, those extras will no longer be available, never ever again. Man, this is wordy. We love you, dude. Less words. These sometimes free or separate purchases not possible even after release.
The answer is yes. That's why they do it.
But Amazon for a while seemed to be the forerunner of this. Like if you pre-ordered on Amazon, like the week before, the day before the game came out, they just email you all these keys. Like they email you keys for the dynamic theme, or they email you keys for the soundtrack, and that slowly faded away because I think common sense dictates that. I think the secret that the video game industry doesn't want you to know, they don't want you to buy physical. If you're going to buy the game, they want you to buy it digitally because that eliminates Amazon, GameStop, Walmart, shippers, pretty much people who print the boxes and print the covers and press the discs. All those people don't have to get paid anymore.
Right.
And so that means there's so much more money going to Sony, developers, publishers. And so basically they want to give you the most reason to buy at the highest price digitally.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they're offering you stuff for pre-order that's only special and you're only going to get that time, that's why they're doing that. They have absolutely no incentive to give you other stuff. Now, if people stopped pre-ordering games, we'd be in a wonderful world, but they would stop doing that. It's quite simple. But like you said, they can get the most money for the game on launch day. They're going to give you that little extra bit to make you say, oh, geez, if I wait 2 weeks, I'm not going to get the cool sticker for my console, my dynamic background. Yeah, so that's a choice for you. If you're like a collector person, I need every bit of everything that comes out with this game, you're going to be buying the pre-releases. That's all there is to it.
And then you're going to be buying it physically as well, because you're going to be spending
$100 on Tetris Effect.
Now, I'm not one who's going to shame people for collector mentality, because that's something, I used to have too, and I understand it. But but it's a choice you're going to make. You can't say, like, I want to collect everything they're offering me and then complain about having to pay for it all.
It does suck, though, that, they I would say, if they want to sell these things after release, like, hey, make it worthwhile, man. Like here's the soundtrack for like $8.99. Here's the dynamic themes in the avatars or whatever. The whatever they call them.
Yeah.
A couple bucks a piece kind of thing. It's like they could totally be making some extra money, and then the people who pre-ordered save $15 on their pre-order.
I can see that, but at the end of the day, like, am I going to pre-order if I know, well, if I wait 6 months, I can get,
Well, I mean, I think that goes for everything, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you want to wait, you can wait 6 months and never be part of the conversation and never be playing what's current,
right.
And then but saving a ton of money. It's two sides of the coin.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a choice you make. Like we've mentioned many times, I was the budget gamer before PSVR. I was exactly that guy. I was like, you know what? I don't want to pay $60 for a game on launch day. I'll wait a year and a half, pick it up for $15.
Yep.
So.
Meanwhile, I've always been the I want to be on top of the when I used to watch Podcast Beyond, during the Greg and Colin days. I still watch Game Scoop on a regular basis with those guys. Man, the coffee's not kicking in today, and because it's not fun to watch these things when they're all talking about a game that you have zero opinion on, and like and you don't even I don't even know what that game is. Like why so. Although none of these people talk about PlayStation VR, so I don't know why I watched it at all.
And I will say one final thing on this note. I did kind of get myself rid of the collector mentality until I started hanging out with Brian, and I see, like, is it still... Oh, it's down there. Like the Catherine special set that came with the t-shirt and the pillow and stuff like that. Like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I guess I still have those jeans.
All right. I think that does it for another episode of Viewer Takeover. As you guys know, we filmed this right before PSVR Gamecast Live, and we are running extremely low on time to get this place set up for a live show. Wow. So thank you guys for tuning in to Viewer Takeover. Make sure you send us your Viewer Takeover intro at withoutparole@gmail.com. Make sure you change your name to Gamecat if you want to be as cool as Evan with 2 N's, and comment below with #Gamecat. And then finally, the other thing, go support us on patreon.com/withoutparole.
Games.
they're typing in there, like, patreon.com/withoutparole
games.
Why can't we find it without parole meow? It's not showing up. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm the worst.
Des told me to do it. It's not showing up. You can't have your $1 a month.
Why do people even watch me?
We love you all.
Oh my god.
Without parole meow.
I was so prepped, like, oh, I'm going to get it this time.